Hi, I'm Jackie King, and I'd like to talk to you about playing the guitar, maybe some tips or shortcuts or little ways to improve your playing if you already are playing the guitar and you kind of get stuck at certain places or want to know where to go from there. I'd like to kind of lead you into some of the more in-depth parts of playing and how to improvise on a level that's a little more complicated, a little more harmonically complicated than the simpler type playing that you probably already know. First of all, what we play, there are two types of music, tonal and non-tonal music. Tonal music is music that's played in keys. And a key is seven notes that are put together to create seven chords, seven modes. So what we have, when I say mode, those are seven modes. Those are scales within a scale. So seven chords, seven notes, seven chords, and seven modes. And the way to play the seven note scale, which is called a diatonic scale, which means eight notes, that's your regular major scale, the most common scale that's used. And it consists of eight notes, the first and the last note being the same. So if I'm playing a C major scale, it would start with a C note and end with a C note, and would have the notes in between would be alphabetical. The musical alphabet goes from A to G and starts over. So I would have C, D, E, F, A, I'm sorry, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C to C, alphabetically. Now, what's important is that those notes are used to create seven chords, which correspond to the notes in that key. So, and which are composed of the notes in that key. So, if we're in the key of C, the first chord is a major chord. It would be called C major, and if I take the first, third, and fifth notes in the scale and put them together, I'm going to get the C major chord. If I add another note, the first note, the third note, the fifth note, and the seventh note in the scale, I get what's called a seventh chord. So let's go through this, what we call the harmonized scale, real quickly. This would be in the key of C. The first chord is a C major seventh chord, and it can be played this way. That's first finger, fifth string, third fret, third finger, fourth string, fifth fret, third string, second finger, fourth fret, and second string, fourth finger, fifth fret. It's the four middle strings. That's a C major seventh chord. Second chord in the key corresponds to the second note in the scale, which is D. And that chord is a minor seventh chord, D minor seventh, this chord. So I'm barring the fifth fret with the first finger, five strings. Third finger is on the third finger is on the seventh fret of the fourth string, and the second finger is on the sixth fret of the second string, and that's a D minor seventh chord. So we have C major seventh, D minor seventh. Now the same chord up two frets is the third chord in the key, which is E minor seventh. Same chord up two frets on the seventh fret. Fourth chord is an F major seventh. And that's the same as the first chord, only on the 8th fret. So we have C, major 7th, D minor 7th, E minor 7th, F major 7th. Now let's take the next chord, G 7th, just G 7th, G dominant 7th. And that's on the 10th fret, 10th fret, first finger, 3rd and 4th fingers on the 4th and 2nd string. A minor 7th, which is on the first 4 strings. That's A minor 7th. And then we have B half diminished, which is the 9th fret with the first finger on the 4th string and barred the first 3 strings of the 10th fret. And then the last chord is the C major 7th. 4th string, first finger, and the first 3 strings barred with the 3rd finger. It's another C major 7th. So we have C major 7th, D minor 7th, E minor 7th, F major 7th, G dominant 7th, A minor 7th, B half diminished, and C major 7th. And that's a harmonized C major scale. Any song that's in the key of C is using some of those chords, usually maybe only 3 of the chords, sometimes 4, sometimes more. But that is called a harmonized scale. So thank you very much. Join me again for another lesson.